Hi, welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is a podcast all about knitting and spinning and dyeing of yarn, a little bit of sewing, a little bit of just about everything. I usually have a craft book review and all kinds of fun things. Anyways, today, I don't even know, is January 17th, and this is episode 98. I will have a very important announcement in a little bit about something related to, episode 100 or something. Anyways, I come to you from outside of Lima, Ohio, and this is where I live with my puppy dog Ginger, who is sound asleep as of right now, and my kitty cat Purdy, and most important, my beautiful, handsome husband Randy. Anyways, let's see. We didn't have anybody new come to the list this week. If you watch this and you are not part of our Ravelry group, I encourage you to join it because then you can take part in knit-alongs and giveaways and just lots of crafty little things. Oh, we have some very creative people in our group. Very creative. Okay. I love when I look over my shoulder and I see something. That lamp, yes, its lampshade is upside down because when we turn it on, when we usually turn that lamp on when we Skype our granddaughter for better light, and when you turn it the other way, it doesn't do any good. So we either turn it upside down or we take it completely off, and I just noticed that it's still upside down, but that's okay. I haven't Skyped with my granddaughter for a couple weeks. So Genevieve and Tobias, if you're out there, give Grandmama a call or a Skype. I would love to talk with you. Okay. Well, before I go any further, I have a winner, and I am so neglectful about this because this was supposed to have been closed a couple weeks ago, and I forgot to close it. And I only had 2 people enter it. This is that stone painting for kids, that book. But, Anvita, you won it. Please just PM me. I already have your address, so I will mail it to you right away. But if you can PM me, I'll know that you see it. So this is going to Anvita, and as soon as she gets back with me, this is going to be in the mail. Oh, it's a wonderful book. And if nobody would have entered, it would have gone to my granddaughter because she's a very, very crafty little girl. She'll let you know. I'm just drinking Earl Grey tea with a little bit of our own backyard honey from our little bees. Okay. What do I have so much. It's a good thing I have show notes. Okay. I did not work on the temperature afghan last week. I was in a finishing up mood, and unfortunately I can't show you all the things I finished up because I finished 2 pairs of socks for Cece last week, which are going to be in her Tickle Pink book, which will be coming out soon. Cece, in case you don't know, she and her daughter Dammy do the Geeky Girls Knits podcast. Really good podcast. I love it. In fact, she's one of the inspirations for me actually getting started recording. So, you know, she's a really special person. Okay, so anyways, I did not work on that afghan. I did work on my test knits for Cece. I tell you, I still am deciding. This scarf is so soft, and it will be so warm for somebody. I just can't decide whether to put it aside to give to one of my families next year, for my family members next year, or whether I should give it to the soup kitchen. What do you think? If you made something and you love the color, I hand spun this. You love the colors, you love how warm it is, you love how soft it is. What would you do? I am so torn because I love my family, but I love giving to the soup kitchen because those people need things too. Anyways, that's my homespun scarf. I believe those are size 4 needles. I did not check. Sorry about that. I'm looking down because my notes are down here. Sorry. I realize that's very rude. I should look you in the face when I'm talking to you, huh? Then, oh, I put down my scrap yarn socks. Are hibernating? No, they are not. I just have to find them. Ta-da! Since I got 2 pairs of socks for Cece done, I decided to pick these up again. And looky there. Toe and part of the foot knit. Yay! I'm anxious to see how this comes along as I go along. So yay! That's just from scrap yarn, extra yarn I have laying around. And I thought, why not? So it's out of hibernation. Then there's no question about what's being done with this. This is my home dyed, snow dyed, Kool-Aid dyed shawl. And it has Lima in it. I don't know if it's going to catch any of the, there you can see a little bit of the glitter in there. Oh, I just love it. I wasn't sure. I don't always like white, but it's got enough of a almost yellowish tinge to it, and then with these flecks of colors all through it. I love it. So there's no question that's staying with me. I do wear a lot of shawls. In fact, I'm surprised I don't have one on right now. That is the Inflorescence shawl, which is from this book, Sock Yarn Shawls, and it is this shawl. Makes it very easy to show. I don't have to find the page number or anything. So that's Sock Yarn Shawls, and I'm hoping I have enough yarn to finish it. If not, it'll be a little bit of my own variation of the sock yarn shawl. So there's that. Let's see. Oh, yes. I had project bag. I'm sitting there going, project bag, what? My sewing, I did not pick it up this week. I've had back issues this week, and I just was not sure. I have to move my sewing machine in order to use it, and it's relatively heavy, so I just wasn't sure if I should pick it up or not, and so it got put on the back burner for a day or so, and then I'll pick it up and I'll work on it again. I want to make sure I know what I'm doing before I pick it up again too. So yes, that's the one that's made out of the Tigger material and then stars on the back. I've got my bird feeders in front of me again. I should not record here. Well, I realize the glare on my glasses is bad, but also the bird feeders right in front of me. And I love watching. We have one of those cake feeders that the woodpeckers and everything come to. And we have all kinds of woodpeckers. We have little ones. We have big ones. We have the woody woodpecker ones. You know, it is really amazing. So that is everything that I have on my needles, except you can't see the pattern test, of course. But then, like I said, I got 2 of Cece items done last week. And, ta-da! Oh, I need to trim my pom-pom. I thought I did, but I must not have. A chemo cap. This one's a little darker. This was made from the leftover yarn from my son's fisherman sweater. And oh my goodness. Oh no, it's just, I was going to say, I have a tail. I gotta woof them all in. This is going to go to chemo caps for kids. And I thought a young man, even a young lady, might enjoy this. So, yay. I have not mailed those yet. I've got to get them in the mail because they are expecting them. So, yay. Well, I don't know if they're expecting them, but I like to get them out as soon as I can before I add too many more to them. So anyways, what am I so happy about? Oh my goodness. So I've told you Knit Picks is having this Cotlin sale. And I decided I should help support, oh, there they are. The Knit Picks, since I am an affiliate, well, I buy enough yarn from them, I do support them. But I've decided to buy 2 skeins of the Cotlin yarn. And this one is sagebrush. Oh, it kind of looks sagebrushy. And this, I had to get purple. I had to get a purple. And this is Whisper. And these are going to be dishcloths. Yes, they are. somebody gave me a great idea, and I don't want to say who because I'll get the wrong person, about keeping a basket by your door of dishcloths and then handing them out to people when they come to your door. Now, I don't get a lot of visitors out here, but we do get a few, and so it'd be nice to do something like that. So Knit Picks still has their yarn on sale through the end of this month, and they're really nice. I should tell you a little bit about the yarn. It's a DK weight, and it's 70% Tangus cotton, 30% linen, 123 yards, machine washable, tumble dry, and it's from Knit Picks. And there is a link that will take you right to the sale in the show notes. I will try to put it on the Ravelry show notes too. I've been trying to lately again. It's another little step which goes into the producing of the whole podcast. And sometimes by the time it finally gets uploaded, I am just too tired to do any more. But I will try to get them in there. This is what I do all day long. I knit, I read, I spin, I knit, I read, I drink tea, all this stuff. Then, I'm going to show you what's in my, it's not in there right now. It will be in there tomorrow. Because I did some midnight journey on my standard sock base. And I love this because it has the really dark, rich navy blue, which gives way to the light blue that you have right before sunset, and the white represents the stars that you see in the sky. It is so soft. It is so soft. This, yeah. Oh, then I still have Genevieve. This is a variegated, and I have Tobias. Tobias and Midnight Journey will both be in the store tomorrow. Tobias is a gradient kind of yarn, only it's also variegated. I call it a gradient only because of the way I dye it. I dip dye it. So it's not truly a gradient, but you slowly lower it into the dye pot. So the bottom color is always going to be the deeper, richer color. And then as you get to the top, you can make it white or you can make it light. So you do get different shades throughout that. Yay! Yay! And this was made using different dyeing techniques. So anyways, those are both in my store. Then I don't know about you guys, but I make knitting resolutions every year. Had to reach for my teapot. Sorry, got a close-up on my face. I make knitting resolutions every year. Last year, I was able to fulfill them. I wanted to learn entrelac, which I did. And was it color work? I think it was color work. I need to go back and look. Well, this year, I decided to make it a project-based resolution. So my resolution this year, and this is in front of all of you, so you can all know. And if any of you have resolutions, I would love to hear them. Maybe we can do giveaways, or not giveaways, but knit-alongs that will relate to them. But my resolutions are, I want to make 12 pairs of socks for the soup kitchen this year. 45 chemo caps. And I say that because when I take trips, or if I'm not feeling good, or if I have to stay in the hospital or something, a cap may not get made that week. So I'm saying 45 chemo caps, 12 scarves. Now this will either be for the soup kitchen or for our spread the bread, spread the thread that we have over our church. And then I want to make 3 garments. A garment to me is like a sweater or a shawl or something like that. So those are my resolutions this year. And like I said, most of those resolutions are to be given away. Now, I will make socks for myself and my husband and my son and my daughter and everybody. But those do not count as my pairs of socks for the soup kitchen. I got into a mode where I was making more socks for, this sounds horrible, for my family. And I don't mind making socks for my family, but it means so much to me to make socks for people who are really in need of them. And the soup kitchen, I call my prayers for my socks for my soup kitchen, prayers for the soles of the feet, souls inside you. So that's what I call them when I give them away, and it means a lot to me. Now, in addition, because this is 2018, I'm doing something I've never done before, which is going to also keep me busy. I'm going to make a box of socks on yarn with Yarngasm. She has a knit along every year, and I've not done it before, but I thought, well, why not? I make so many socks. Why not? So you're supposed to make 12 pairs of socks and put them in a box so that when you open the box at the end of the year, you have 12 new pairs of socks. Now, I realize I'm getting myself into a socks knitting frenzy here, but I'm making socks all the time anyway, so why not? The socks that I'm making for Cece, since they're really too big for, well, they're too big and they're too pink, I would give them to my son. Sorry, my dog is in a barking at trucks mood. But since she needed me to make the bigger socks, they don't really fit me. So I'm going to be giving those to the soup kitchen. So those, since I finished those this past week, they will actually go into my soup kitchen count for this next year, which is nice, you know. So when I do test knittings, but they want the bigger size soup kitchen sock, the one I knit socks for myself, you know, or family members. Well, myself goes in the box. Family members will go on my shelf, probably. Okay, let's see. I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, something else that made me happy. I got this, and my poor mail lady. She, it always happens the day after a 3-day weekend. They always have truckloads of mail. Well, usually we get our mail 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we hadn't gotten it at 5 o'clock. Somewhere between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, this poor lady pulls into my driveway. And as I go to the door, she goes, "Stay right there. You've got things in the truck." And I did. I had ordered a plastic wash basin for my yarn dyeing. And so that came from Amazon because I don't get out of the house. If I can't shop online, I'm in trouble. Then, of course, I got my Knit Picks order. But then I got my Knit Crate order. Look at that. Now, I've told you before, this, I want to get the name right. This is Knitology yarn, and that's the membership that I have. And this month, all of their yarns were based on nature study. Isn't that gorgeous? So this will be a pair of socks. Whether it's for family or for me, I'm not sure yet. But it will be a pair of socks. I should tell you, this is called Hoarfrost. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, fingering weight, 400 yards. Generally, it's a $24 skein. I pay either 19 or 20 a month, and you get this yarn. And of course, this month they say, lichens on fallen logs, tiny downy feathers, discovered in long abandoned nests. The quiet calm of a walk on the deep side, the box calls to mind that feeling of closeness to nature, the simplicity and celebration in misty breaths in cold air, sparkling sunshine on drifts of snow or windy plains, and the wild, untamable world we live within. So, in addition to the $24 for the yarn, there's $5 shipping. And then they send you a card. And on this card is where the description was. But also on this card, there are 4 bonus codes. 3 of them are for Ravelry stores. And 1 of them is for an Etsy store. And I went on for last month, and I found myself some cute little progress markers that I got with a discount. So, you know, with the discount and everything, it did save me money. So I've got to look at these discounts. I'll tell you the stores, but I cannot give you the codes. One of them is at Woodhouse Knits. That's on Ravelry. Another one's at, oh, I'm sorry, this one is not a Ravelry store. This is just a website, Ryberry Yarns. Then Cat Designs is Etsy. And Dolly Bardwa is on Ravelry. So I'll have to check out these little bonus discount codes and see if there's anything there I want. I'm looking around because before I do the book review, I want to make sure I showed you everything I was going to show you. And I think I have. So I have my book review. My book review for this week is Artful Stitches, which goes along with my wanting to knit so many socks this year. Because look at all those. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pairs of socks on the cover. Look at that on the back cover. Look at those. Ta-da! I cannot wait. You can get this, by the way, at Knit Picks, which is where I got it from. And I just found out today you can get it at Amazon. I didn't see it in Barnes & Noble. So I put a link to Knit Picks and I put a link to Amazon on my show notes. So if you're interested in this after I show it to you, look there. I like this spread of the socks that are inside. Some of these I see I'm going to need a couple skeins of couple different colors of yarn, but if I don't have them on hand, I know where I can get them easily, or I can make them myself. So the first one is called Basket Work Socks, and they actually made theirs out of Stroll hand-painted sock yarn, and look at those. Aren't those cool? I really like them. Well, I like all the socks that are in here. Let's see. They're toe up with a gusset and heel flap, which is another thing I like. I'm actually going to try to do some that are cuff down this year, but I've got to get my confidence built up for the toes because the Kitchener stitch always makes me stumble and fall. Then, this is fun. This is made from Stroll hand-painted sock yarn. 1 skein. No, 2 skeins. But, rainbow wave socks. I like it. I like it. And they have so many fun socks that you can, or yarns that you can pick from. They say that this was from Big Top and Wonderland Heather. So, and I love the heel. I've not done that heel yet. It starts at the toe. I've not done that heel, so that will be a new thing for me. Yay. These are just fun. These are made from Hawthorne Kettle yarn, which I love their Hawthorne yarn too. It's a superwash fine Highland yarn with a polyamide. But look at those socks. I didn't tell you what it's called. These socks are oblique. Oblique socks. And look at those. Aren't those fun? I'm sorry. I'm such a knitting geek that I just love it when I have books to show you guys. I have patterns that are full of things that I like. Oh, that's another goal of mine this year. I will always be having one pattern from one of my books that I am working on. Right now, it's that shawl. We'll see where I go next. It might be another shawl from that book. It might be something else. It might be from here. These are called Tree of Life, and these are made with Stroll hand-painted sock in the koi pond and in black. And these are called Tree of Life. I'm not a big black knitter, but I would for these socks because that black just sets it off just right. And I'm waiting to see it say, yep, starts at the cuff. That's okay. It was inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright's famous Tree of Life window in the Darwin D. Martin house. They are pretty. They are pretty. This may be my cuff down sock this year. Oh. There'll be more than that, I'm sure. But okay, these are meandering socks, and these are made with Stroll hand-painted sock in the gemstone colorway. Of course, it's purple. I was going to say, and I love that color. It's purple. Of course, I love it. If anybody ever wants to know what color to get me of anything, you get me purple. My husband knows that. My granddaughter knows that. I love purple. And my granddaughter's got me liking pink. Did you hear that, Genevieve? Not that she's watching, but, you know. But look there. Because she said that was her goal, to get Grandma to like pink. Then we have the mock turtle socks, which are also made from Stroll hand-painted sock yarn in the Northern Lights colorway. And I like these too. There's not been a pair I've not liked yet. There's 12 pairs. There's 12. There's a box of socks. And I was just on Ravelry yesterday finding tons of socks that I think, oh, I didn't tell you if those were toe up or cuff down. Cuff down. Geometric diamond socks. Made from Stroll hand-painted sock yarn in the Red Wing Blackbird and Stroll Bright sock yarn in the Electric Blue. I guess that's it. Geometric diamonds. Cool. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And cuff down. Lots of charts. But that's okay. I don't mind charts. Then we have the Twirla socks, which are made from Knit Picks Hawthorne, fingering multi-yarn in the Goose Hollow, and Hawthorne's fingering kettle dye yarn in the Turkish Delight. And look at those. You could probably do it all with the same skein of yarn, but the color contrast is just cool. You don't see the, oh, do they not have a picture? These are done cuff down. They don't have a picture of the side. You can't hardly see it, but along the side it looks like there's a blue cable of some kind, which would be so beautiful and so striking. So, okay, this one I might not make. I'm not a big baubles fan. But these are Knit Picks Hawthorne Fingering Multi in the Rose City. I actually have Rose City. And it's called Westney socks. I might get them for myself and make them. They're not truly baubles. But, because they don't look like they really stick up that much. And these are cuffed down. But they're pretty. They are pretty. So, sorry. I get looking at directions sometimes, trying to decide if I really would do something, and I might. These are the oscillatory socks with Knit Picks Hawthorne fingering multi-yarn in the Abernathy color. And I love those too. That one, you see the heel, but you can't see the pattern on the sock that well. I'm not going to show you the picture on that page because it's right beside the chart. Then Heavenly Shades sock, made with Hawthorne fingering multi Alberta Arts and Hawthorne fingering kettle dye Poseidon. And these are Heavenly Shades. And they are. I'd be happy if I see those shades in heaven. Okay, big question. Toe up! I think they're trying to divide them as evenly as they can. These are pretty too. Sparkle socks made with Knit Picks, hand-painted sock yarn in the Make-Believe colorway. I don't remember seeing this one. This colorway. I like that. I like the way that works up. Those toes look fun. Oh, I like that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love what Knit Picks does with yarn. Toe up. really see the heel. It's kind of dark. Even for me, it's kind of dark to see it from here. And then we end with a picture of all the socks. Aren't those lovely? I love them. I hope somewhere they tell us about the Kitchener stitch. I will have to look at one of the cuff down socks and see if they can tell me or help me any more with them. If not, I know there's places online I can find out. But that is the Artful Arches by Knit Picks. Wonderful book. Oh, I should tell you, I also got a book in my order from Knit Picks that I will be reviewing in the future called Flourish. There's the cover. I could show you the cover, but I'm not going to review it today. That'll be another day. Okay, let's see. Oh, I should tell you that, bring my notes up here. I have a Knit Crate code where you can get a discount of $10 on any of their monthly boxes. You just entered the code and it'll give you that discount. Somebody took advantage of that. That was so cool. You get $10 off of one of the boxes, and then I get a little money towards one of my orders, so that's nice. Or they have, I should tell you, they have more than just crates. They have lots of different yarns and patterns and all kinds of things there. So it's a fun place to look at. And I've not been disappointed in any of the yarn I've got from them. Oops, my phone just turned off. It's saying, aren't you done yet? Okay, let's see. What have I been reading, watching, and listening to? I do have, if you were to look in my Reading, Writing, and So Much More blog, you would see that I think I have 4 book reviews in there. 2 of them are cookbooks. One's about healthy meal prep. Excellent, excellent book. I want to get that in hard copy, in fact. I don't remember the other one. I remember I liked it. I don't remember it. But then for fiction, I read, because I'm in a competition on Goodreads, and they give you a theme, and you're supposed to work around that. You okay, puppy? My puppy's over here just kind of coughing. She's saying, who are you talking to? Anyways. Yes. Did you want to say hi? Did you want to say hi? There's my ginger snap. Anyways, so I've been reading Amish Knit Lit Circle because we had to have a book that had knitting in it. Can you believe that? That was a bonus bonus assignment. Sweetheart, just wait. Mommy will be done in a few minutes if I don't spill my tea all over everything. And it's a continuation of the Amish Knitting Circle. Now they've got not just Amish, but they have English in there also. And it's just a continuation that's really fun. It's opened your eyes to some things, but it's also a good, easy read. I really enjoyed that. Then Christmas on the Coast. Oh, that was, I have my red-headed woodpecker on my bird feeder. I would show you, but he'd probably leave before I get it turned around there. No, I can't. Not while I'm doing this. Anyways, Christmas on the Coast is set in England. And it's all about this girl who just feels overwhelmed by everything. She's a vicar's wife. She's busy. She has kids. And she helps work with the police department. Well, in the book, her friend has all at once drawn away from her, and she's not sure why. Well, she finds a diary from her grandmother, I believe it was, and it tells about family secrets from way back during Nazi infiltration. I knew the word. Anyways, so it unveils the secrets as to why her friend and friend's family are so mad with this girl and her family. Great book. Christmas on the Coast. Both these books, if you want to read my book review, on the show notes, just click book review and it'll take you to my blog. if you're interested in the books themselves. Underneath the book review, I put found at Amazon here, and where the here is, it's highlighted, and found at Barnes & Noble here, and you can click the here and it'll take you there, and I get my little affiliate couple pennies, and you can get a wonderful book. Now, I hinted at this earlier, I'm having a 100th episode giveaway. So, it's not going to be next week because that would only be the 99th. It will be 2 weeks. So, for that, did I bring it over? I thought I had it over here. Oh, here, right here beside me. The winner, I need to rewind this, but the winner is going to get this skein of Napier's Knits, and it's called Stars at Sunset, and it is a gradient, and it is gorgeous. It's soft. It's got stellina in it and nylon, so it would be great for a shawl, a scarf, whatever. And then in addition, that same winner will be able to pick one pattern from Ravelry that's under $8, and they will get both those things. Now, I'm not just gonna go into the, you guys have to do something for this. It can't just be on me. Because you guys are the reason I do this. Anyways, I'm going to open up a thread. It's going to say 100th episode giveaway. And you must place, if you're interested in the prize, the yarn and the pattern, one suggestion of either a pattern or a technique that you would love to try as a group knit along. I've learned how to do different techniques by putting challenges forth for you guys. It could be a technique you want to try. Maybe you've never done cables, so you would like to do cables. Maybe there's a specific shawl. I'm sorry, the dog is going to bark at my woodpecker now. Maybe there's a shawl or a sweater or a sock pattern or something like that that you would love to try, but you just never had the nerve, and you would like to have people to chat with about it. I will open up a chat thread. We will open up, this is for you guys to help me guide the podcast. So underneath the 100th episode giveaway, just give me a suggestion of a pattern, a technique, a general knit along that you would like to do, and we can see about working that in. Okay? I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. Now, anybody who does do this, you do have to be a member of Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group in Ravelry in order to take part. I mean, Ravelry membership is free. Membership into my podcast group, it's free. And by entering into the group, you're eligible for things like this. So it doesn't cost you anything but a couple, maybe a minute or two of your time. And you're eligible for giveaways, knit-alongs, all kinds of things. Now, just like every other giveaway, knit-along, whatever that I do. Sorry, my foot's going to sleep. The winner has 2 weeks from the time I announce the name. Actually, yeah, 2 weeks from the time the podcast comes out. Sorry. So like this podcast is coming out hopefully today, but let's say it goes out tomorrow. I would, if I were to announce a winner, you would then have 2 weeks from that day, from that Thursday or Wednesday. Usually it's Wednesday that it goes out. But 2 weeks to PM me and say, hey! And you'll have to give me your address because I can't mail the yarn to you otherwise. And you have to let me, well, I guess I could PM you the pattern easily enough. Oh, by the way, pattern does have to be giftable. If it isn't giftable, I can't get it to you. So when you go to the pattern, if it says buy it as a gift, you'll know it's giftable. Okay? Over to the right-hand side, I believe. Okay, then we have our other knit-along that we're doing. And I'm hoping everybody is busy with this. Because, we've knit for others, and knitters are very generous people, but you need to take some time out for yourselves. And so I got the knit along together, knit along, crochet along. When I say knit along, Please don't feel left out, crocheters. You're not. I forget sometimes to put the crochet on there. So it's a knit crochet along. Knitting for yourself. It can be anything that you knit for yourself. It could be socks, hat, shawl, whatever. But it couldn't be started before January 1st. I'm looking at the rules. Anything you make, if you want to put it in somebody else's knit along too, or maybe somebody else is doing like a shawl knit along, and you want to enter that in mine, well, as long as it meets the rules of both, no problem. I have no problem, and other people don't usually either. For this one, and I don't have this yarn down here. I do, but it's out of reach. I have a skein of my swallowtail yarn that I will be giving. And then I also have a DPN stitch marker. So if I have 10 entries, then I'll give one to each, or to 2 people. If I only have 1 entry, they'll both go to the same person. Anybody else who would like to donate prizes, whether it could be a pattern from Ravelry, it could be yarn, it could be anything, knit progress markers, if whatever, just let me know. And if it's a physical thing, I'll give you my mailing address and you can mail it to me. If it's something like a Ravelry thing, when I announce winners, I will let you know. And you can set the price limit on what you want to spend for patterns. I mean, if you want to spend $5, no problem. I've seen patterns on there for 99 cents a dollar. They're harder to find, but you can do it. So anyways, so getting back to the rules, whenever you complete an item, you do need to start a post on the Ravelry thread under the crafting for self, and you need to put a picture of the item whenever you finished it. And if the item has a name, please put the name underneath it. I can't believe my dog's watching the woodpecker and not barking. And that way, I'm horrible at this. When somebody puts a pattern down that I really, really like, I go and look up that pattern immediately. And usually I put it aside so that I come back to it later, and if I still really like it, then I get it. But you do need to be a member of the Naturally Kim's Knitting podcast group on Ravelry in order to be a winner. And that thread will be locked on the morning of March 1st. And the winners will be announced on the Wednesday following that. So, yay. And the same as the other, any prizes that you win, you would have 2 weeks from the posting date of the video to claim your prize. If you have not, then it goes back in the prize bucket. So, guess what? I think I'm done. My dog will be happy. I think she wants to go outside and explore. But before I finish, I always let you know where you can find me online, because you can find me all over the place. You can find me on Ravelry, of course, under Naturally Kim's Knitting is the group's name, and then I'm Napier's Knits. You can find me on Etsy as Napier's Knits, Instagram on knittin_Kim, and when I'm allowed to show projects that I've made, I usually put pictures there. I will put pictures of the yarn there too so people can see. Then I am Naturally Kim's Knitting on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress. Okay, well, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope that if you are working on projects, well, I hope you are working on projects, but I hope you have success with them and that you don't make mistakes. But if you do make mistakes, I hope that they're easily corrected. I love you guys, all of you, new, old, friends, those I barely know. I love you all. Big hugs, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.